What's up, everyone? Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to the Prestream podcast with special guest Jasper Kitty. Here he is. As I told you guys, some days, hey, don't even start with that. He's trying to get my bottle cap. Some days he'll be able to be in here with me. It depends on the day. If Cat is at work, then he'll probably be in here with me in the morning. Of course, as you know, this cat is a rascal, and sometimes he wants to be in here, and sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he wants to be mischievous like he's being right now, and sometimes he's asleep on the floor, right, buddy? He's being a complete nut this morning. And there he goes. So what is going on, everyone? Good morning, and welcome to the Prestream podcast. Today is Sunday, the 6th of February, 2022. Today is my final streaming day of the week. Tomorrow is my day off for the week, and it has been a great week. This has been a week that was kind of the beginning, right? The beginning of pretty much non-stop new release action, as when I come back on Tuesday, immediately we have another new release, and then a week after that we have another new release, and a day after that another new release, and a week after that another new release, and by the way, in between there's new releases. Pretty crazy, right? So it's been interesting already just trying to juggle them and satisfy everyone, because I have ongoing playthroughs like Skyrim, which we're playing today, that people have really enjoyed. And I'm very happy that people are enjoying playthroughs like Skyrim, a game that I only played once 10 years ago, and now I'm enjoying again at my own pace with an interactive audience. It feels a lot nicer, better, and just more chill and fun than the original playthrough, quite frankly. You know, the original playthrough, I had to use a giant strategy guide that I had bought, a hardcover strategy guide book, and this time around, I'm doing it all with you guys, you know, live interacting and helping me out with everything, which I really appreciate. And it's been great, but now we're starting to get to the point where new releases are so prominent that there is no way that I can keep doing Skyrim as a main gameplay stream. I need to use the daytime streams to keep going with my new game release playthroughs, and then the night streams are where I'm going to be doing things like Skyrim, okay? So, today is the final major stream of Skyrim Anniversary Edition. After today, Skyrim becomes a night stream. In fact, Tuesday night, as soon as I'm coming back from my break, is when it's going to continue on as a late night stream, okay? So I'm excited for today. Obviously, I've really enjoyed Skyrim with all of you, the interactivity, the fun that we have. Hell, the playthrough's doing so well, we even added in new hats just for Skyrim. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty amazing that people are liking a playthrough so much that they're demanding that we do special things for it, and here we go. You know, we got new hats, we got all kinds of new stuff going on. In fact, what I'd like to show you is we have something special set up for today, starting today with Skyrim. I don't know how well this is going to look, but bear with me because I didn't click on this yet. Hold on. So hold on, here we go. Okay, so ignore the fact that my webcam isn't the right resolution right now, but if you take a look here, the border for the webcam for when I'm playing Skyrim is now a Skyrim-specific themed border. Someone actually made a custom border just for Skyrim. That's how much people are liking this playthrough. We got Skyrim animations, Skyrim borders, Skyrim pre-stream art, and Skyrim hats. People like Skyrim. So do I. So I'm happy that people are liking the playthrough that much, quite frankly. But you know, new releases always take priority. It's always been a thing around here, is that the new release you play and then the other game you play is the chill thing, right? So, this should be pretty good. I'm excited to keep playing Skyrim along with everything else that I'm doing, okay? So I hope that you guys are excited as well for the ongoing Skyrim playthrough, plus all the new releases, all right? Today, we're going to talk about the new releases. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's talk about a little bit about Dying Light 2 and what I think after 6 hours, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Sifu, which is the new release on Tuesday, okay? Excuse me. My stupid post-nasal drip is bothering me today, if you can't notice. So, let's talk a little bit about Dying Light 2, which I've now played for around 6 hours, okay? I'll be as honest and upfront as I can. I don't want to sugarcoat at the same time. I don't want to come over as, like, being overly negative. But I would say after around 6 hours in, I really am struggling to be impressed with this game. And maybe that will change over time, because what I would say is, if you remember games such as Days Gone, right? Here was a game that was zombie survival horror, a little different because it was third-person action, driving around on a motorcycle and using guns and things. So it was a lot different than, say, you know, what Dying Light 2 is. But that game had such a slow start, and it wasn't until maybe 10 to 12 hours in that you finally get out of that intro segment of the game. You start going to new settlements. You start getting new abilities. You start leveling up a bit. Now, all of a sudden, the game opens up and becomes way more fun. And the rest of the game is a wild ride. The rest of the game, you're fighting giant hordes of zombies. The plot is great. But you have to get to that point. Okay? Most people never did. Most people who got Days Gone only played about 3-4 hours, said, wow, this shit is boring, and never played it again. Alright? Dying Light 2... I hate to say it, it just seems like more of the same. Let's see what happens, because again, I'm not giving up on the game. I bought it. I'm going to keep playing it, and I'm going to hopefully get better at it. Yeah, that was our new release for Friday. That's the first new release of the month. Sadly, it doesn't give me much hope for the rest of the month, but let's hope that maybe the game will get better, and let's hope that the other games are different. Okay? Alright. So, that's the first new release of the month. Let's talk about the next new release of the month, Sifu. Okay, Sifu's coming out on Tuesday. It's my first gameplay stream on Tuesday when I come back from break. So, what is Sifu? And how does it play? A lot of information is coming out of the game because now the review embargo has been lifted. All the reviews came out this morning. Kind of mixed, although mostly skewed towards the positive. A lot of people giving it 8 or 9. Few people giving it a 5. Retro Parasite says, buy the deluxe edition of Sifu, you can play it today. No. No. I'm going to play it on Tuesday when it comes out. I'm not paying extra money to play it early. I have other shit to do. Okay. So, I guess we'll see on Tuesday. Okay, we're going to see on Tuesday what Sifu really is. I'm excited. I hope that it's fun. Here's the thing, ultimately. Challenge is one thing. Fun is another. If a game is challenging, but you eventually overcome that challenge and it becomes fun, then it's all worth it. If a game is challenging to the point where, like, it's not fun to even learn how to do it because it's so fucking annoying, you know, I guess we'll see. I haven't played a beat 'em up in a long time. You know, there's been a few over the last few years, like Streets of Rage, what was the Streets of Rage 4, stuff like that, and I never really jumped into any of them. So, I don't know. I don't know how I'll do in this one. Of course, this one is a 3D plane, a lot of different new mechanics, so I guess we're going to see on Tuesday, okay? How is this week going to work? Let me explain. Today, it's Skyrim Anniversary Edition on the first stream, and Pokemon Legends Arceus continuing on the late stream at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, okay? Tomorrow, I'm off for streaming. Hope you all have a good day. Perhaps get caught up on all my playthroughs that I've been doing this last week, if you want to, here on DSP Gaming. When I come back on Tuesday, it'll be the premiere of Sifu, and then it'll be Skyrim, now being moved to the late night streams. So Skyrim moving forward for the rest of this month will continue, but it's going to be late night streams, not daytime streams. Okay? Cool. Alright, then, on Wednesday, I'm really going to leave it in your hands. What I want to do is judge and see public opinion on Sifu. Did you guys like it on Tuesday and want to see more right away? Or do we want to alternate back to Dying Light 2 for a fun Gather the Inhibitors session? Which, like I said, that's what I'm going to do when I play it next. So I guess we'll see what happens after Sifu on Tuesday and what you want to see next on Wednesday. And then basically what I'll do for the week, I'll alternate between the two games, Sifu, Dying Light 2, back and forth. The night streams, similarly, will be alternation between Skyrim and Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay? Now, Friday night is going to be Street Fighter as usual. Now, some people have questioned whether or not I should keep doing old school Street Fighter, because I guess the impression is that right now there's so much going on now with new releases that people think that I should maybe focus on the new releases. And in addition to that, okay, we got a new fighting game coming out soon. It's called King of Fighters 15. All right, and I used to play King of Fighters back in the day in arcades along the same times that I was playing Street Fighter. Now, it never was as competitive. It never had the community and the fan base that Street Fighter did in the United States. King of Fighters was kind of like the third rung. You had Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, okay? But I still liked it. I played it many times over the years, the various iterations. I even had to get some emulated because they weren't even available on American consoles at one point. So I had to emulate them on my PC to play some of these games. And I played the 2 betas, and I really liked them. So, when King of Fighters 15 comes out, the question is, should I now have King of Fighters 15 take over as my regular fighting game? And if that's the case, should I drop doing the Friday Night Fights Street Fighter streams and instead turn them into King of Fighters stream? And it's funny because there seems to be a mixed opinion. A lot of people seriously enjoy the Street Fighter streams. They come every week. They support every week. They love the lore of Street Fighter. They love learning about the characters, the balance, the stories that I tell about the games back in the day and everything. Every Friday night is like a nostalgia trip, okay? So they like that, having that once a week. While others are like, we're tired of it. Do something different. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when King of Fighters comes out, and I guess we'll judge from there. Maybe we'll give it a rest for 1 week and just see how people like King of Fighters and see if that's what we'll do. Let's see. All right. So that's that for this week. At least that's the schedule. Now, this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure yet. It's either a week from yesterday or a week from today. I'm going to be doing a Game Pass marathon event. All right. During this day, it's going to be a marathon stream, meaning it won't be two separate streams split up like I do now. It's going to be one long major stream. During this stream, I'm going to be playing a variety of games from Microsoft Game Pass. Some of them are going to be games that likely I've already played once or twice, and you guys want to see more of that game. Others will likely be games I've never played off Game Pass before, and you want a taste of them for the very first time. How will this be determined? You're going to vote. I'm actually going to post up a series of polls, either Tuesday or Wednesday, and you guys are going to be voting on the polls, and your votes on the polls will determine what games we play during the marathon event. All right? Now, in addition to that, there will also be a live episode of Feasting with the King. I can tell you right now, two of the options definitely will be Vietnamese food and Thai food. Both of those are types of food that I have not very often had. The couple times that I had them, I loved it. And I know that they have some really interesting dishes available in those cuisines. But what I'll probably try to do is maybe figure out one or two more kinds of food that are around here available for ordering. And then what we'll do is we'll live order during that marathon. That morning, we'll actually place an order together, which is kind of neat that we do that. Okay? But anyway, there will be another poll for that during the course of the week. So you're going to be voting not only on the games I'll be playing during this marathon, but also on the food that I'll be eating during the marathon. Yes, Broseph, he says, do they have barbecue around you can order? There's a few different kinds of barbecue places. There's like chain stuff like Famous Dave's. There's one nearby that's pretty good. But then on top of that, there's like another place. Is it called Jimmy Mac's? I think it's called Jimmy Mac's, and that's a Roadhouse, and they also do barbecue. Thing is, they're really fucking expensive, and I don't really think I want to drop, $60, $70 for fucking barbecue because they're so ridiculously expensive over there. Plus, they give you so much food, I'll never eat it all. But we'll see. Maybe that's something else I could do. American barbecue. True. Okay. Anyway, guys, what day is the marathon? I'm not sure yet. And when I come back on Tuesday, I'll say, okay, the marathon's either Saturday or Sunday, and I'll set it in stone so everyone can plan. They want to be here for the fun Game Pass marathon, right? You'll be, that way you can make it. We're at a new record. We're at a new record. I don't know what I was doing with my jaw. We're at a new record of members, guys. A brand new record, 360. We've hit the new record again. This is cool. It's like every day or every couple of days, we're actually hitting a new record for members here on the channel. Awesome. So I'm happy. Thank you guys who've joined and become members this month. Thank you for those who are supporting the streams. Thank you to those who are liking the streams. The month is looking exciting. I hope this all sounds good to you. Please keep doing what you're doing. That's all I can ask. Please support the streams however you can. Whether it's liking the stream, liking the video on demand, leaving comments on the videos. All right, let's get the shout-outs. Here we go. Northern person, no, I do not have a P.O. box at all. If you're interested in ever donating anything to me or my streams, you can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com and we can talk about the specifics. With Lightside Phil, who did a super chat and says, it's you from another dimension, where my positivity and generosity grow me as big as PewDiePie. I'm just checking in. Well, if that's the alternate dimension, then you are PewDiePie. You see, PewDiePie is Darkside Phil, and Darkside Phil is PewDiePie. Zoya did a super chat and says, are you worried that new games so far are flopping? It's not so much that they're flopping. It's that, let me put it this way. First of all, you say new games flopping. Well, we only had one new game, Dying Light 2. Pokemon is good. I like Pokemon a lot. I think that Pokemon Legends Arceus is quite a great game that innovates on the Pokemon formula. Here's the problem with it. Okay? Here's the problem with it. The graphics suck. And in the modern day, you kind of need to have the complete package or you need to be full retro. It's one or the other. Anso Kamaru, yes, who tipped $1.49 and says, I started playing Sifu earlier today, so I guess Anso Kamaru paid extra for that advanced access. It's so fucking cool. The controls are perfect and responsive. The game has really interesting mechanics. I won't say anything more. I went into it completely blind, but I look forward to some lightning action greatness. Sounds good. CM Fool has tipped $4.20, which is actually the biggest tip of the day so far. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. So CM Fool tipped $4.20, and he says the following. DSP, you have 10 combat points, but you need to do 10 immune booster rotations, and to use parkour points, you need to do more immune booster rotations. That's what we were talking about, right? We were talking about needing to get the shots to level up in the game. Only Iced Infinite tipped $1.50. Says, can you explain how Dying Light 2 is simplistic fighting compared to other games as you spam a fireball 1,000 times on a Pokemon stream? What? Pokemon doesn't even have combat. It's turn-based RPG versus an action-based game. You actually want me, let me get this straight. You want me to compare a turn-based RPG's combat to an action-based game's combat. CM Fool did another $4.20 tip and says, DSP, your parry is at level 1. It'll only parry 5 out of 10 times. As you level up your parry, it becomes more effective. It's a trope of Eastern European game studios. I don't even know if that's... Is that really true? That the parry levels up and then it works better? I mean, maybe he's right. Maybe there's a way to make it so that the parry window is way wider as you open it up, and then it just works every time? Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Thanks for the tip. Okay, CM Full tipped again. Another $4.20 tip, and he says, this game is an Eastern European game studio. They're just like they are Japanese role-playing game or different Eastern European game have a different ways of doing stuff, and this studio's hate to westernize they game are believing in get good noob. Malcolm is here, and he tipped $1.50. He says, next time you're in New England, hit me up. We can play Street Fighter 2 at the old school arcade downtown. I couldn't tell you the next time I'll be in New England. Zoya has now become a channel supporter. Thank you very much, Zoya. I appreciate that. We did everything on the other side. All right, so guys, any other topics to talk about? Anything else? Or do we start up with Skyrim now? It's up to you. If you have a few more questions, please toss them my way. Tag me in the chat. Do I like bowling or mini golf better? They're both very fun. I've only been bowling like twice. When I was a kid, I went duck pin bowling, which is the mini balls. It's easier for kids to throw. Because I always unlike other people, I like throwing the balls with one hand. Some kids, they do two hands. I always liked one hand, so I went to duck pin so I could actually throw the ball with one hand. But then I went with bowling with, serious, real full-size bowling balls a couple times with my friends too, and had some beers and food and stuff. I've done mini golf way more often. Mini golf is very fun, but really it's dependent on the course itself and how well they maintain it. If it's a well-maintained mini golf course, it's fun as hell. But I've been to some shit ones that just fucking suck. So, they're both good, actually. I don't think I even want to pick between them because they're both good. I just haven't done any of them in like 20 years. I'm serious. I think the last time I went bowling or mini golf was like the mid-2000s. CM Fool to me, another $1.50. Said Techland is a firm believer in the get good gamer mentality. Well, Global Nomad, I am still undecided on which console to play Elden Ring on. I'm waiting for more information. I'm waiting for more information on like technical performance. Chris B says, I think it's definitely likely this channel can blow up in the next year, considering it blew up in 2011 and 12, and you've only gotten better since. Jack Anderson says, if you get the telekinesis spell and then you use it with fast traveling, you will power level alteration. Expand Dong the Second says, you brought in over 400 viewers for Dying Light's premiere, but you had sub-only mode on, and you said that there was little chatting. Maybe the only premiere stream should have sub-only mode off. Is Elden Ring on PS4? It is, right? Elden Ring's last gen. Elden Ring is both last gen and current gen. Yes, they purposely made it cross-platform because they knew that they had that market, right? And with all the uncertainty about consoles and being able to get them, yeah, it's cross-platform. All right, guys, I think that's about it. I see, everything's calmed down. I think it's time to end the pre-stream. Let's actually get everything going here.